Alright, welcome back. Yesterday we talked about mean, median, mode, and range, and today we're going to talk about another measure of variation, okay? So mean, median, mode, and range are all called measures of variation. The first one, which is mean, which we learned yesterday, we're going to turn to page 182 in your textbook, and we will find the mean of Team A and Team B. So this will kind of be a refresher of mean if you forgot already from yesterday, okay? So I'm looking at my textbook here, as you can see, so you should be looking at yours. I'm going to write Team A and Team B's numbers down for myself here, so that way we can actually see it and I can move the book and actually do this video. Okay, so remember mean means I add up all the numbers and then divide by the total number I have. Okay, and each team has 5 players. Okay, oops, sorry, you guys can't really see that, but in your book you'd be able to see. So I just sat here and I wrote down these numbers for myself, okay? So I'm going to find the mean of each one. Okay, and you'll notice that on Team A we have some different heights, Team A, they're all pretty close in height. Team B, there's a little bit more of a difference between some of the heights, okay? So I'm going to do Team A here, and what I'm going to do, so I'm going to do it in pink so you can see it. So I'm going to do 73 plus 75 plus 76 plus 78 plus 78. Because there's 2 78s. All over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 players. So I'm going to do my cute little calculator here, so you guys can all see what I'm doing. 73, plus 75, plus 76, plus 78, plus 78. So that's 380 over 5. So I get 76, okay? So the average height on Team A is 76 inches. I'm going to assume it's inches. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing, 76 plus 70 plus 82 plus 77 plus 75. All over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players. So I'm going to do 76 plus 70 plus 82 plus 77 plus 75, and then I'm going to divide that number by 5. And conveniently, they actually equal the same number here, okay? So the average height of both teams are 76. But if you look back at the picture in the book, Team A is pretty much all the same height, while Team B has a lot of different heights. So the average height can still be the same even when you don't actually look at the players' heights individually, okay? A basic measure of variation, the next thing we're going to go on to, is range, okay? The range is simply taking the largest value and subtracting the smallest value. So Team A, if you look back at these numbers, the smallest value is 73 and the biggest value is 78. So the range would be 78 minus 73. Now you always do bigger minus smaller, so you get a positive number, right? Okay. And then this would be 78 minus 73, which would just be 5. Okay, so the difference between the smallest person on the team and the largest person on the team is 5 inches. Okay, but if I look at this one, the smallest is 70 and the biggest is 82, right? So I'm going to do 82 minus 70, and that's actually 12 inches. So just like we said, their heights looked a lot closer in Team A, right? They're only 5 inches apart from each other at max. But Team B has a lot more difference in height, okay? So there's actually 12 inches between the lowest and the highest, okay? So just different ways to measure and look at things, okay? So it kind of helps you understand that while you may have the same mean, you could have a lot of different numbers to get the same mean, okay? So range is very helpful in different cases. Well, and I just kind of explained this here, okay? Continuing on. Now the next thing we're going to talk about is quartiles, okay? So we're going to kind of go through this step by step, and I'll explain what each quartile is, okay? So I want to find the median of this number set. Now remember, when you're finding the median, you have to put all your numbers in order. Now the way I put them in order, actually they might already be in order here, and they actually are nice in order here for us. So I don't even have to do that. So I'm going to find the median first, okay? Now, when I do this, I always rewrite my numbers so I can kind of like write all over them, but I can still see my original set. If you have a pencil, it's okay to write on top of them. So I'm just rewriting these numbers in my set here. I'm going to make sure you guys can see them. And finding the median means I have to find the middle number, right? So cross off, cross off, cross off, cross off. Okay, and it's down to 2 pieces of information, right? So the number between 28 and 30 is 29, right? But you could do 28 plus 30 divided by 2, and that's going to be 29. So my median is 29 here. Okay, and we call this the second quartile because it's perfectly in the middle. This will make more sense once I do the first one. So the middle number here is 29. So I'm going to kind of put this right here. Q1 equals 29. Or I'm sorry, Q2, because this is the second quartile. Even though we found it first, it's the second quartile. But you have to find Q2 first to be able to find Q1 and Q3. Okay, so Q2 equals 29. Okay. Now they want me to find the median of the lower half of the data. So they want me to find the median number of this data here. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite it just to help myself out here. Okay, so just the lower half. So again, I'll cross off here, and again I have to get in the middle here. And I'm going to actually do the 17 plus 21 divided by 2 because I want to find the middle number. Oops, 17. And that's 19. So that means Q1 equals 19. Okay, so Q1 is right in here. Okay, so Q1 equals 19, Q2 equals 29. Now this may seem weird, but I'm going to explain it. It'll make sense in a second, okay? And then I'm going to sit here and find the median of the middle, or I'm sorry, the last half of the data. So again, I'm going to rewrite it here, 30, 37, 38, 44, 46, and 55. Okay? And again, I'm going to find the median. I'll get them between two numbers. I want to say this is going to be 42, but it could be wrong. Oh, 41. Close. So that means Q3 is 41. Okay? So that means right here. Now, if you notice something, that has cut our data in these cute little fourths. Okay, let me get another color here going. Okay, so if you look at that, I have a fourth of the data here, a fourth of the data here, another fourth of the data here. So I've chunked them into 4 pieces, right? And I've actually found the number that is in the middle of all of those, so that way I have a way to gauge things. So these are called quartiles. So there's quartile 1, quartile 2, quartile 3. Now the easiest way to find this is to sit here and actually find Q2 first, which is the median. Okay, so quartile 2 you can call the median. Then find Q1 and Q3. Okay, so it's not too bad. Now you can kind of see here, what happens is a quarter of the data, or 25%, is in each chunk. And the reason they do this is a lot of times we don't really care about like the high end or the low end of something. We want to know the middle, okay, what's happening in the middle there, because that's where the majority of people are. So they want to know what's happening with the 50% of data here, okay? They like what's in between Q1 and Q3. So that's why we have it, okay? And it's kind of nice because it's 25% of each piece of information. So you can kind of zoom in if it's a lot of information, what's actually happening in these little chunks without actually looking at the whole data set. And you can kind of cue into different things that you want to know. What are the top scoring people doing? What are the lower scoring people doing? And things like that, okay? And then one last thing, they just want you to find the quartiles of this set. So step 1, you need to put it in order, find the median, or Q2, find Q1, find Q3, okay? I want you to try it, look back up on the board, and make sure you're doing it correctly, okay? And we'll go from there. Have a wonderful day. Talk to you later. Bye.